If your God made me into the atheist.
So she goes on to say, if your God made me an atheist, then doesn't it create a contradiction that you're supposed to pray for her to become a Christian, since God's perfect plan and his will was to make her into an atheist in the first place? This is exactly why Christianity is such a virus. One of the reasons I propose is that they've created all these denominational differences is to try and approach these type of questions from many different angles. This is what I mean. So if you're like a Free Will Baptist believer, then you don't believe that God predestined and preordained everyone to heaven. You think that everyone has a fair shot and equal opportunity to get into the kingdom of heaven, which also creates a big problem that I've addressed in one of my videos, but I'll get to that in a second. If you are a Calvinist or believe in Reformed theology, then you believe in predestination, the idea that God did predestine, design every single person to be exactly who they are and become what they become and believe or not believe, which is probably the worst of the Christian beliefs, since it really does give everyone no choice whatsoever, and it really doesn't matter. Evangelism and preaching and spreading the word of God doesn't matter at all, really, because it's all predestined anyway. But Christians can't even agree on how God works in this way, whether or not he predestines everyone or whether or not you have free will to choose. So there's this constant conflict, even among Christians themselves, as to how to sort of work out this paradox. The reality, of course, is that God has no control and no power whatsoever because he doesn't exist whatsoever. And he's a Phoenician, Canaanite-based feather dragon god from the Bronze Age that literally has no relatability whatsoever to today's modern world. So if you're a Calvinist and God didn't choose me to become a predestined saint of heaven, then that's not my fault, that's his fault, which makes it not my fault, which makes him kind of an asshole. But if you believe in free will, then you really should watch my video on bullet holes in the Bible called Free Will is an Illusion, since you're actually being bullied into believing what you believe or being sent to hell, which doesn't create a whole lot of freedom of choice, does it? Again, in my opinion, this is why the denominational differences of Christianity are so vital to the survival of Christianity, because if you defeat one type of denominational belief with an argument, then you're still left to face every other denomination of Christianity who believes something completely different. The reality, of course, is that no one's going to heaven, there is no hell, and the entire thing is a fear-based mind control construct designed to keep you coming back, giving your time, energy, money, and faith to the Catholic Church. Well, and its babies.